The Neues Museum is really an extraordinary place. It's amazingly beautiful. We're standing in a room that's been only partially reconstructed, only partially restored, and I think that that's part of the beauty and the importance of the museum. We have many, many extraordinary pieces of art and material cultures surviving from antiquity. During the past 4 years, while I've held the Einstein Fellowship at Topoi, I've been privileged to be able to work on different forms of communicating in ancient Greece and Rome about scientific and mathematical topics. We've looked at different literary formats, different written formats, and we've also been fortunate to be able to have access to different pieces of the material culture of the ancient world. Specifically here in the Neues Museum, there's a fragment of an astronomical globe, and it's displayed with Egyptian material because it was found in present-day Egypt, but it's actually very likely an ancient Greek object. So it's very relevant for me and for the work of my team at Topoi. There are many ways in which this globe fragment, for us, contains important information relating it to other important people in the history of ancient science, but also important texts, as well as what we believe were the scientific practices. We were fortunate to be able to use modern, contemporary, cutting-edge technology to be able to study this globe fragment. And we are convinced that it actually is a scientific instrument, that it was intended to be used as a celestial globe to aid in being able to determine the position of stars without doing complicated calculations. Many people in the past, and this was the way that I was trained as well, have primarily focused on the study of the history of science as a branch of intellectual history, that it's about the history of scientific ideas. But as these stone fragments, these stone objects, the fragment of the stone globe, the fragments of the stone meteorological calendars attest, science isn't only about words, it's not only about ideas, it's about practices, it's about doing things as well. So by studying the objects, we get a much deeper and also broader knowledge of how people did science. I think that the study of past science provides us with an important reminder or corrective that even those ideas that we think are right and that explain everything might be superseded. We do well to remind ourselves of that. And if we go back and we study the ideas of great minds from the past, including Aristotle, Ptolemy, Copernicus, Newton, for example, we understand that they had some very good ideas that explained a lot, and yet those ideas have in many cases been superseded. For me, having the Einstein Fellowship here in Berlin at Topoi has been particularly meaningful. Berlin right now is possibly the best place in the world to study the ancient world. There are hundreds of people working on antiquity, not only Greek and Roman antiquity, from all different perspectives, archaeological, historical, and it's really a thrilling moment in time to be here. But of course, there's also a very, very long tradition of working on the ancient world here in Berlin. And standing here in the Neues Museum, we're surrounded by evidence of the extensive work that has taken place over a very long period of time by scholars that were based here in Berlin.